Hello and good morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to explain to you why I am stopping keto just for a little bit, just for like a 3-week period. And I shouldn't say I'm stopping keto, I should just say that I don't know, doing a few modifications. So obviously I still believe in low carb, high fat eating the whole way, but the way that I was eating keto, I started eating too many processed foods and way too much dairy and cheeses. I find that I do the best on keto when I'm really paying attention to eating a lot of healthy fats and healthy meats, like grass-fed ground beef and organic chicken and stuff. But I don't do so well with dairy, and it makes me very sad because I just absolutely love drinking my coffee with cream or half and half. And so just a few months ago, I was doing really, really well on keto because I was only allowing myself maybe like 1 or 2 cups of coffee a day. And then that was the only dairy that I had. Like I had some organic half and half, and that was the only dairy that I was allowing myself. And I was doing great. Like my bloating was very like minimal, I guess you would say, and I didn't have any of the joint pain. But then, you know, with getting new cookbooks and just seeing new recipes and stuff like that, like we went to the beach and we ate a lot of processed meat and cheese, and that was about a month ago. And ever since then, we've just kind of been eating a lot of that stuff. So I'm just going to do a 3-week leaky gut protocol, and I'm actually gonna sit down because my arm's getting tired holding my phone. So I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna make a cup of tea, and I'll explain to you like exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna make this organic gingerade tea because you're only allowed certain ones on this protocol. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will sit down and explain to you guys what I'm doing over the next couple weeks and, you know, just my thoughts of all of this stuff. So if you're interested in healing your leaky gut, then you should stay continued for my sit down explanation of what I'm going to do. So I'm gonna go make my tea and let's have a chat. All right, sit down chat. This tea is really good. So I was really afraid. I got like an organic peppermint tea and this organic ginger, what was it called? Ginger, I don't know. I think I showed you it's ginger tea. And I ended up, before I sat down for this video, I ended up making my own homemade almond milk, which I did way back, like, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years ago when I first went paleo and I was really in tune with eating whole foods, and I was actually at a really healthy weight back then. I was just feeling amazing. I used to make my own like almond milk and stuff. So I decided to go ahead and do that and try and get back to just who I used to be and care more about maybe my food quality and just, you know, just it being whole foods and not so much following a diet. And so I know that, like, I always say that keto isn't a diet for me and keto is a lifestyle, and I do still believe that. It's really hard, especially being a YouTuber and even on Instagram. Like, everybody kind of like fits into their like niches. Like, oh, you're a vegan or you're keto or you're paleo. But like, I don't know, people just have a hard time like just doing what works for them and being okay to say that. And so keto does work for me. Like, I really love eating more healthy fats and I love eating lower carb, because the reason that I started keto was when I was paleo, I was getting too much into, you know, I had been paleo for like 1.5 years or 2 years. And then I had started just eating like all potatoes and all starchy foods. And so that's another reason, like paleo, especially when you're doing the cookbooks, like you have paleo waffles and paleo breads and paleo muffins. And you kind of just get away from the like whole foods, just eating the whole foods. And so I think that's what happened with keto as well, and that's why I'm doing this whole video and this whole like 3-week protocol thing, is because I kind of want to get back to the basics. Like, I'm doing this 3-week gut healing protocol because all of the processed foods and dairy foods that I was eating just have inflamed my body so much. Like, we went to a movie, and after sitting there with like my knees bent and then like standing up trying to walk down the steps, like it was a struggle. And that's bad because I'm only 26 years old, and the whole reason that I eat healthy is so that my body is healthy. And so it was just an eye-opener. Like, it's like, okay, I can't sit here and proclaim that I'm healthy eating keto when I'm eating lunch meat and hot dogs and cheese and ice cream. You know what I mean? Like, okay, yes, sure, you know, you can make some healthy versions of that stuff. And I always believe in that. That way, you know, you're not falling off the train all the time. Like, make the healthy ice cream or make the healthy pizza. But if you're eating that all the time, then, you know, it's really actually not that great. And so, you know, I noticed in my groceries that, you know, I was only buying maybe 1 pack of ground beef, like 1 pack of grass-fed ground beef. Everything else was sausages and lunch meat and, you know, things like that. Even fish. Like, I hardly eat fish anymore, and I love fish. Like, I used to eat salmon all the time. I used to eat salmon cakes all the time. So with this leaky gut, I'm following Dr. Axe's. I read his book, Eat Dirt, and I'll try and like pop it up on the screen so you guys know what it looks like, and I'll put a link for it down below. But my library had it, and so I read that book actually last year, but I just never got to a point in my mind that I was ready to do it. And so now that this summer, and you know, I really want to be healthier, I decided that I'm going to do it. And so I am gonna still do it in a keto way. So instead of, you know, just eating, I don't know, fruit all day long, and that's not what he has you do. Like, he has you only eating like 1 to 2 servings of fruit. For instance, like I think it's like, I don't know, I think it's almost 11 o'clock because I took my walk this morning, then I got a shower and, you know, getting ready for all this filming stuff. And so I'm just drinking my tea. And so this tea is just my ginger tea with my homemade almond milk. And then I put a scoop of collagen in it. And I think tomorrow, since I actually really enjoy this, I think tomorrow I'm going to blend coconut oil in, because you're supposed to eat a lot of coconut because it's very antibacterial. And so that would be almost like what I was drinking before, like a bulletproof coffee or something like that. So I'm still going to stay keto, but at the same time, there are a few things that I'm bringing into my diet for like healing purposes. Like, I'm gonna be drinking more kombucha. I got goat yogurt because of the probiotics. I am supposed to be eating, not very often, but like having maybe like butternut squash or like sweet potatoes or something like that. And so, you know, my diet isn't going to change too drastically from keto. I'm still going to eat like lots of avocados and avocado oil. But the things that I can't have is I can't have any dairy other than the goat yogurt or goat kefir that I'm going to be eating. So no cheese, no milk, no half and half, no ice cream, even butter. I'm taking my grass-fed butter out until 3 weeks is over, and then I'll go back to I'll make like my ghee. But for now, I'm just gonna do coconut oil and avocado oil. And I'm allowed to have like all of the vegetables, especially like the cabbagey and Brussels sprouts and all that kind of stuff, which is what I've been eating. So for this week, I got asparagus, I got 2 heads of cabbage, Brussels sprouts, lots of broccoli, cucumbers. Oh, I decided, so my garden, I've been getting loads of organic cucumbers from my garden, and I actually started fermenting them. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, I'll pop it up on the screen because I actually I have a picture of my jars, and they should be ready in about 5 days. And so I just put cucumbers and water and salt, and I had some fresh dill from my garden and some garlic cloves. And so they're just going to be like fermenting for the next 5 days, and then I can eat like some of those with my meal. The way that the leaky gut protocol is going to do, the only thing I don't have yet is some of my supplements. I need to be taking a probiotic. I need to be taking digestive enzymes with every meal. That way, you know, it's easier on my body to digest the foods while it's like trying to clear up all this inflammation. And also, I think it's called L-glutamine, I think it's called, which also helps with just healing the inflammation and making sure that my digestive system is better. So those supplements should be coming in the mail in the next couple days. I got some, I think I got them from Amazon, and I was also looking at Thrive Market. But once they come in, I will show you guys those. I'll be doing updated videos all the time because I've never done a leaky gut protocol before. And when I looked up things on YouTube and online, there's hardly anything that tells you what to do. So I'm kind of just grasping. I'm following Dr. Axe's thing, but then also just doing what I think is healthy. So I was supposed to take out all nuts, but I did make some almond milk because I don't like coconut milk at all. And I was already upset that I'm not able to drink coffee for the next 3 weeks because that really does, like, especially if you drink it on an empty stomach like I do, it can cause leaky gut. I'm taking coffee out for the next 3 weeks and I'm gonna drink the peppermint tea and the ginger tea, but I really like to have something creamy. And so normally in my teas, I like almond milk, but I didn't want to buy it in the store because they said that a lot of the like gums and the preservatives that are in the carton will also affect your healing of leaky gut. So I decided to just soak my own almonds, my own raw almonds, and I blended it up in my Vitamix just literally like 20 minutes ago and strained it. I have a nut milk bag and I strained it and it makes awesome almond milk. And so I don't know why I had stopped doing that all those years ago, but I'm gonna go back to doing it. I feel like this video is just kind of me rambling and I'm sorry about that. I really just wanted you guys to know, especially for all my subscribers that are keto, like I don't want you to leave because I still am going to follow keto most of the time, but it's going to be more like a paleo keto adaptation, I feel like, of the diets, because I'm not going to be eating a lot of dairy, but then at the same time, like I do want to eat a few more, maybe like sweet potatoes or, you know, not have as many artificial foods, because what I don't like about keto is that people get so hung up in the macros and whether or not something doesn't have any carbs, instead of really focusing on where that food product is coming from. So for me, like, I don't want to be drinking diet sodas just because it's 0 carbs. Like, I want to be drinking something that is healthy for my body and is really going to fuel me. So if that means that when I'm eating dessert, like I need to put honey on my food or something instead of having something like diet or artificial, then that's what I'm going to choose. And so one of the reasons that this came up was because the like ketchup and barbecue sauce that I had bought with the stevia is really expensive. It's like $9. But then, you know, I found a low carb ketchup at Walmart for only like $2, but it was made with Splenda. And I got it, and sure, it's good, and sure, it has like hardly any carbs. But I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm like, I can't believe I'm sitting here eating artificial sweeteners. Like, this is not good for my health. If anything, I should be finding a paleo ketchup that's made with dates, or make my own ketchup at home that's made with dates. Like, just because it has a couple carbs is not going to matter in the long run if I'm really fueling my body with all the nutrients and the vitamins and all the whole foods that it needs. And so that's why I made this video. Like, number one, I wanted to tell you guys like what I'm doing on my leaky gut. So I'm gonna be eating a lot of grass-fed beef, a lot of fish, like wild-caught fish, organic chicken. I'm gonna be drinking a lot of bone broth. I'm going to be having like lots of collagen. I am still eating a lot of healthy fats. I will have some fruits, and I'm supposed to have a tablespoon of raw honey a day, which I have. It's local raw honey. So those things aren't going to be keto, like eating the sweet potatoes and the raw honey. But a lot of it actually is still going to keep me, you know, still low carb. And so I'm interested to see like how I'm going to feel in 3 weeks and how everything's gonna go. And I'll go ahead and put like a clip of just the way I look right now with like my bloating and my belly and stuff, and obviously my knees hurt. And then that way when I update you guys next week, when I do like what I eat in a day, it's gonna be like my leaky gut stuff, but you guys can see and you guys can hear what's going on. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you still stay subscribed to my channel. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.